Hi there, Pastor Mike Eastep. Breaking news. I've got two big things to share with you. So much that I'm having to caffeine myself up to share this news with you. I'm going to share two things. First thing is about General Conference, the General Conference of the United Methodist Church. And the second thing is about the Centers for Disease Control's recent announcement about Mon County and mask wearing. First item, General Conference. The United Methodist Church is divided up into various geographic locations. Suncrest is in the West Virginia Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church, which is in the northeastern jurisdiction of the United Methodist Church, which is in the Church of the United States, which is also in the Global General Conference. The General Conference was to meet in Minneapolis in March of 2023. That has been postponed. Some of you will know that we were supposed to meet in 2020, and that meeting was postponed because of COVID. This meeting is being postponed until 2024 because of visa issues. Our church has congregations literally in the war zones of Ukraine and Russia, to the Philippines, to Dubai, to here in West Virginia. Each church has a representative, in essence, that speaks on their behalf at general conferences. All of those churches, whether they're in the Ukraine or here in West Virginia, deserve representation, especially when the denomination is considering schism and the division of worldwide assets and responsibilities. Since there is, in some places in our world, an 800-day waiting period for visas for representatives to get to General Conference, it just can't be done in 2023. It will be done in 2024. The venue's already been selected, the dates are essentially set aside, and unless something really strange happens, it'll be happening in 2024. So whose fault is this? Is this our bishop's fault? No, it's not. Our bishop sends pastors to local churches and supervises those pastors. She oversees the ministries of the geographic area, particularly West Virginia, to which she has been assigned, but she's not a pope and she's not a CEO. She doesn't even have a vote at General Conference. If she tried to do something that was out of line with our current book of discipline, that is our current church law, it would be illegal and we would have all kinds of litigation. We still may have all kinds of litigation, but we certainly would if she did something improper. Is it my fault? No, it's not my fault. Is it your fault? No, it's not your fault. It is what it is, and we have to wait until 2024. Okay? You will hear news that a group within the United Methodist Church called the Wesleyan Covenant Association, or the Global Methodist Church, has decided to begin schism on May 1st of this year. That is accurate. There is a process whereby churches can disaffiliate with the United Methodist Church, and members of this movement have been seeking to do so for some time. Their hope was that a 2023 meeting of the General Conference would ease responsibilities for them leaving the denomination. That's not going to happen, and so therefore they have decided to start that process. How does one leave the United Methodist Church? Well, a congregation has to pay 2 years of their apportionment. There is a mathematical formula that is applied to that congregation so that they pay for the legacy costs, pension costs associated with their pastors. And to begin a new congregation, they have to negotiate with their district superintendent for a purchase price on their property. The Global Methodist Church wanted to ease those stipulations. That's not going to happen, so they are preparing to lead an exodus of congregations starting May 1st. You may see that happening in West Virginia to some degree. I'll keep you alerted. Will Suncrest be a part of leaving the United Methodist Church? I won't lead that. So there you go. I'll not speak for Pastor Matt. I don't think he will either. We'll wait, stick it out, and help lead into whatever is coming in 2024. Let me encourage you to look at official publications from the United Methodist Church. You'll find those on the West Virginia United Methodist Church's website, wvumc.org, or the United Methodist News Service. Pays special attention to announcements that come directly from the Council of Bishops or our bishop. If you hear things on other news sites, don't necessarily trust them. The big news media have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to the United Methodist Church and our polity and discipline. Your neighbors may not have any idea what they're talking about when it comes to United Methodist polity and discipline. Facebook will likely have no idea what it's talking about. So pay attention to the official sources if you would. And pray for us. I'm trying to laugh through it, but this is just another thing to wear a pastor out, especially one who's supposed to be a delegate to the General Conference. Pray for us. Pray for our district superintendent. Pray for our bishop. These are incredibly difficult, chaotic times. News break number 2. I read this morning that the CDC has announced that Mon County is at such a place in regard to the pandemic that indoor mask usage is no longer necessary. It has been the practice of Suncrest United Methodist Church to welcome everyone in worship and to recommend mask wearing, but not require it. That has been our policy for quite a while. So where are we today? Let me tell you what I'm going to do and tell you why I'm going to do it, and then tell you what the church does. I'm going to continue wearing a mask in public places, including worship at Suncrest. Why am I going to do that? I want to keep visiting my mom in the nursing home. And I don't want to mistakenly take COVID into her nursing home, which has happened. I just got an email this morning that it has happened again. So in public, which includes worshiping at Suncrest, unless I'm distant from folks, I'm going to put on the mask so that I can continue to visit my mom. I also want our vulnerable members and constituents to have some degree of assurance that I'm doing what I can to protect them when I visit them in their home or in the hospital or in the nursing home folks who are going through cancer treatments, etc. I want them to feel comfortable and safe around me, so I'll continue wearing my mask. Does that mean that you have to wear a mask when you come to worship? No, it doesn't. Apparently, Mon County is at a good place right now, and we're grateful for that. We're also grateful that, to the best of our knowledge, Suncrest has not been a source of massive spread of COVID in our community. So, you are encouraged and invited to come to church Sunday, to sit where you want. If you're going to wear a mask, we applaud you and understand that helps you to feel safe and to be safe. If you're not going to wear a mask, we're not going to impose that on you, but we are going to ask for kindness all around, for those who wear and for those who do not. This is a place of worship and joy and offering to God. So, those two big announcements to share with you. We're looking forward in the coming weeks and months here at Suncrest to get back up to full ministry steam. We have a community and a world that needs us to be a place, a community, a church of hope for them. So, come Sunday in person or online, and let's worship together. Thank you.